In this training video, we're going to talk about what to say to the customer when they ask you, why do you guys have to run my credit? I'm not comfortable with that. This is sometimes a common rebuttal because some people are very sensitive about not just giving out their social, but really, hey, I don't feel comfortable with you guys running my credit. You know, I just ruined it buying this new house, or I'm trying to build it back up. I don't want to lose a bunch of points. So sometimes that could really stop you from getting the deal. But you want to be honest with them. Make sure you're upfront and letting them know, hey, we are running a credit check. Because guys, even if you try to deceive the customer or lie to them or hide something, that's why we do the follow-up phone call. That's why we read the script. Because if you didn't do your job the day you spoke with them, then somebody else is going to do the same thing. So if you didn't mention a credit check and the next day we're calling them or while you're with them, hey, do you understand that this is a 36-month agreement? Do you understand that we're running a regular credit check on you? Then the customer's going to say, well, this representative didn't tell me that. You know what? I want to cancel. I don't want to do this anymore. And then you spent all that time in that house the night before, if we're calling them the next day, or right there while you're on the phone with our installation team, Safe Streets, you just ruined everything. So make sure you explain everything while you're with them in that moment. So what to say to them when they're doing that? You say, hey, look, the only way we couldn't run your credit is if you feel comfortable paying the entire contract up front, 36 months. So $63.99 times 36, a little over $2,000. That's what you'd have to pay up front if you don't want us to run your credit. And you might find somebody that says, yeah, sure, I'll pay that up front, don't run my credit. But for the most part, that's pretty rare. So once they understand that, they're going to say, okay, well, I guess that does make sense. And then the second thing to tell them is, hey, look, the only reason why we have to run your credit is because I'm the manager and I'm giving you over $2,000 worth of equipment completely free. So for all ADT knows, we're going to spend this big investment, we're going to install this system, and then we're going to find out that you don't even pay your bill. Man, we just lost all of that money. So the only way for us to verify that you're actually going to pay your bill and that it's a good logical investment on my part and on ADT's part is we have to run your credit. Because then we know, okay, they do have over a 600 credit score. You guys do pay your bills. You guys do take care of business. You know, that does make a lot of sense on our part. We can afford to give you this $2,000 worth of equipment because it's a low risk. We don't have to worry about you not paying your bill. So that's the only way to make sure and make it a calculated risk on our part that it's a good investment. So does that make sense to you? Most of the time the customer will say absolutely. And you let them know as well, hey look, when somebody runs your credit, it might drop you a couple points, but it's nothing too crazy. You're not gonna drop 20, 50, 100 points on your credit line just because we ran your credit. It's not that serious. One inquiry isn't gonna kill you. And I'm sure, as you know, when you're trying to get a loan, when you're trying to buy a car, when you're trying to pretty much do anything nowadays, even just sign up for cable or internet, all these different companies, cell phones, they want to check your credit because they don't want to make an investment in you if you're not going to pay your bill. And we're the exact same way. We're a $1 billion company and we just can't risk having a bunch of customers out there that don't really care about paying their bills on time or their credit line. So although I trust you and I know that you 100% pay your bill, according to ADT, everyone's just kind of like a statistic. So you're just a number on an Excel spreadsheet. So they don't really know you the way that I do. So the only way for you to qualify for this ADT security system is you have to have decent credit. So again, ma'am or sir, that's the only way that we can follow through. Does that make sense? Oh, I guess when you say it like that, sure. Let's just go ahead. So thank you guys. Please make sure you follow the next video in the series.